Perek Kuf Lamed, the 130th chapter of Tehillim, is a more well-known chapter. It's one of the chapters, along with 121, that is oftentimes stated at a time of difficulty, a time of sorrow. Shir Hama'alot Mima'amakim Kiraticha Adonai. So a song of ascents, 130 begins, a song of the steps of the Ma'alot. From the depths I call out to God. One might think that this should be the first of the 15 Ma'alot, because it's right, you're calling out from the lowest place. So, but it's less of a it's less of a physical statement, one would think, and more of one of the emotional place where you are, the place where a person is very low. Now, based upon this and other verses, there is actually a number of different halachot. One of them being that the shliach tzibur is not supposed to stand on a higher place, on a higher space, because he's supposed to be the person leading davening, or anybody for that matter. But it's, you can't really do it about everybody in davening, but you can try to do it for the chazan. He's supposed to be calling out to God. And again, even though this is more of an emotional phrase, and this is not the only place where it's mentioned, to say this chapter also is said in between Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, and it's also used in very much to describe the way that the Chazan, especially Shliach Tzibur, especially over the time of the high holidays, how he's supposed to conduct himself. It's makim, from the depths, from the low part. And so it's a phrase, and there are other places we have allusions to it as well. But a verse that has been understood, this word specifically mamakim, to take on sort of a posture and the place where the chazan stands. There are shuls where there's like a dip where the chazan sort of dips down in front of where he's going to place his siddur, so he's physically a little bit lower. But this person, the Mishorer, David, or whomever, is calling out from the depths, Adonai, Shema v'koli tiena uznecha kashuvot l'kol tachmai. God, listen to my ears. Let your ears be attentive to my plea for mercy. We've had this many times in Tehillim, the idea, God, are you listening? Your ears, your ozen, right? To listen to my ears. We have in other places also, but certainly in Tehillim, where so much of it is the address of a man, humanity towards God. Im avonot tishmorya Adonai miyamod. God, if you keep account of sins, who will survive? Could have read this on Yom Kippur. Now it's post Yom Kippur. But right, if we're taking an account of our sins, God, if you're seeing, should I be should I be zakai bedin? Should I be meritorious? Will I come out with a good judgment? Nobody's going to win, God. The scales are never going to be good enough, right? Please don't keep account of our sins. Miyamot, who would be able to survive? So therefore, Kim chaslicha leman tivare, yours is the power to forgive, so that you may be held in awe. You may remember that scene from Schindler's List when Schindler is talking to, I don't remember the name of the Nazi in the death camp, and he talks to him and he says, king in the Middle Ages, what was the ultimate power? And he basically explains that the ultimate power is not executing somebody. The ultimate power is somebody who can give, who can pardon. That is the ultimate power of a king, is not the ability to execute based upon somebody being guilty and according to laws getting the death penalty. The ultimate power is saying, I don't care what the laws say, and this person has to be killed. I'm going to show mercy to that person. I'm going to pardon this person. And that's what we have here. If with strict justice, God, who would be able to stand? Our sins are always going to outweigh our demerits, outweigh our merits, etc., etc. Our sins are going to outweigh our mitzvot. And so, God, what is it that is your power? Is that ability to pardon, that ability to forgive? Kiviti, we're in verse 5, pasuk hey. Kiviti Adonai kivta nafshi v'lidvaro hochalti. I look to God, I look to Him, I await His word. Right? This is the person who's in trouble. This is the person who's mimamakim. This is the person who's in the depths, who feels this is the foxhole. Now, this may not be the atheist, but this is somebody who is in a bad place, and therefore he is mikaveh, his hope. Same as the word mikvah. Mikvah represents the idea of hope. You go into the water, you come out anew. mikveh. So kiviti Hashem kivtam ashira. I look to the Lord. I look to Him. I await His word. I'm sure that God is going to help me. Nafshi ladonai mishomrim laboker shomrim laboker. I'm more eager for God than the watchman for the morning, than the watchman for the morning. The last two verses we have repetition, and that's sort of, for emphasis. And think I was never in the army. I never stood a watch. But if you ask people, and then it should be a boring watch overnight, sitting outside, looking outside the Yeshiva or an army base, and nobody is coming, thank God, and nobody's happening, and the people, as it gets to 3 and 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, they are just waiting. They're waiting for the morning light, waiting. When will be my turn to go to sleep at 5:57 or at 6:32 or whatever time it is after the dawn and the sun rises? And so I am waiting, and I am more eager than that watchman who hasn't slept, who's been up the entire night. I'm waiting and expecting. The watchman knows that eventually the sun dawn and the sun is going to rise. The day is going to come out. My watch will be over, and I will be able to go and to sleep for a couple of hours. And so this person, hoping from God, Mima Makin, knows even more so. I'm waiting, but I know that God is going to come and going to protect me. Yachel Yisrael Adonai, Kima Adonai Chesed v'Harbei Imo Fadid. Israel, wait for God, because with God is Chesed, is kindness, is love, and with God is Harbei Imo Pidut, is great strength to redeem. It's the same word like we know it all too well, pidyon, shvuyim, podeh, to redeem captives. Wait for God's ability to redeem captives. And thus, a verse that certainly has been said many times over the last year, with, unfortunately, because of the captives, v'hu yiftet Yisrael mikol avonotav. And it is God who redeems Israel from all of their iniquities. Here, it's not talking specifically about the captives who are in tunnels of terror and hidden in Gaza and abducted. It's talking about redeeming us from our sins, removing those sins, redeeming them from us, like is done traditionally on the idea of Yom Kippurim, where the sins are forgiven. We understand that God forgives the sins. So this is a person who's in a place of depths, in a place of difficulty, in a place of struggle. And this person in this place of struggle is turning to God. And just like the watchman knows, is tired, but is eagerly awaiting the day and knows dawn will come. Even if it's a cloudy day, there'll still be sun. My watch will be over. I'll be able to go to sleep. The next person will come over. This person is in a difficult place, but knows that God will come and God will redeem him and her as well. And ultimately, not just for them personally, but as many times we have in prayer, and certainly in Tehillim, starts with the personal, redeem me, ma'amakim, from the depths, and ultimately, v'yachel et Yisrael, right? Mikol avonotav. But it's not only me, it's to all of Israel that we wait for God to forgive us from our sins, to redeem us. May that last verse, v'yafdeh et Yisrael mikol avonotav, may the pidyon, may the hostages, of course, come back. Cannot believe how many days, over a year. And we put our faith in God. We put our faith in the soldiers of Israel, and may they come back, those captives, speedily in our time.